obviously I'm going for monkeyfish.
Do I have a choice?
No. I stole it.
Okay. Old pendulous breast herself.
Chase you through a cave. I know you do outside.
And we're going to talk about how wrong you are after the...
Hey everybody, and welcome to Monsters Lounge. I'm Jeni.
And I'm Tressa.
Wow, that was mild. That was very mild.
Thank you.
Also, we came back and my face was immediately in the camera, and that was slightly disturbing. And I'm doing it again.
Well, listen, that's
Everybody.
where it's supposed to be, so you're doing good so far.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Listen, you have the opportunity to hear me mispronounce a whole lot of words tonight.
Yay!
I know, it's so exciting. Tressa, what did you get up to this past weekend?
Oh, I watched your pets.
Yeah, you did.
I had to think about it. But yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Because I was at CryptidCon.
You sure were.
I sure was. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was an amazing time.
Prove it. Tell me two fun things.
Well, first of all, I met up with Val and Haley there, who have both been on the show, who were delightful individuals, and they were so fun. And I also got to, again, talk to a bunch of Bigfoot people.
Oh,
which is
at
amazing.
the CryptidCon? That's weird.
At the CryptidCon. Mm-hmm. I finally got to meet Cliff Barrickman.
In person, yeah.
Yeah, in person. That we've had on the show. And we went to go visit his North American Bigfoot Center in Boring, Oregon. So I got to talk to him and his lovely wife.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Dr. Maria Mayer was there. And I adore her. So
We know.
yeah.
I love that you adore her.
I do. I really do. Yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time. Lots of good lectures. Again, put on by Lee Kirkland, who was again on the show a few weeks ago talking about it. But put on a wonderful conference. It was great. Hotel and everything was awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I like that you're getting to see all of our friends of the show and future friends of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So. Emailed a couple of people. We're hoping to hear back because they are awesome and will be great on the show.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, what else is going on?
We have a heck of a show for you. A heck of a show. One heck of a show. The guest is just us, Tressa.
Oh my God, my favorite two people.
I know, mine too. It's delightful.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Yeti and abominable snowman.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Oh, it's going to be so great. And we're going to talk about the weird tie-in with Jimmy Stewart. I know a lot of people know the story, but I'm
shut
also
up and enjoy it.
Yeah, and I'm also surprised by how many people don't.
Yes, me too. And also the actual people that don't know the story, if that made sense. Not just the amount of people, but the actual people that didn't know it. Like, you should know this story.
Right, like we're not just asking random people in the grocery store.
No, I am.
Oh.
I thought that's what you wanted me to.
Is that why you can't go back to Jewel?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, we've talked to people in the paranormal field who are not aware of the story. And it's a good one. It's a really good one. But we'll get there. So first of all, what we're talking about is the Yeti. So the Yeti is typically around the Himalayan area, and that's usually where they're seen. That's where they're from. That's where all the folklore and whatnot exists. And they're actually kind of the descriptions are that it's a lot smaller than the Bigfoot over here. You would think bigger just because it's a mountainous area. I don't know. I always assume animals in the mountains are massive.
Right, but... and I didn't realize that there would be a difference in height.
Yeah, there's there's a difference in height. I mean, it's still really big. It's around 6 feet tall. So, I mean, you'd be almost looking him in the eyeballs if you were just meeting one. Yeah. I just put out my hand like I'm shaking it.
Right, if his eyeballs were like in his chest, yeah.
Oh, you're shorter than I am. Okay, and he usually weighs between 200 and 400 pounds, which I'm guessing is a guess. I always love that when people, it's like a giant, like, guessing weight game with the cryptids. Like, you know.
Well, they do that with animals, too. Like, this bear was at least blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how? How do you know? What?
Know? I mean, I'm bad at guessing people's weight anyway. I would not do well running that carnival game.
What do you like? What, 150? Yes. No, I'm about 500, but thank you.
My answer is usually somewhere in between 120 and 200. Apparently, that's just where the numbers go. I would be the
I remember
worst
when you
witness.
met me, you're like, what, 650, right? And I was like, I'm sorry, SAT. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Your weight, right? You're like,
yeah.
Yep, that's correct, yeah. Jeni.
It's also weird that I insist on guessing people's weight when I eat them. It is
so weird. I keep telling you, gotta not do that. People don't like it, especially when you're that off.
I'm really far off. Really? So who knows? I mean, witnesses say 200 and 400 pounds. I'd probably be like, it was a solid 1,000.
He was definitely roided out. He's on something right now. He's totally muscly.
Look at him. Look at that behavior. Mm-hmm. It's definitely also bipedal, and its appearance is more like an ape, I guess, than a man. I don't know if that means it has longer arms than traditionally the Bigfoot does. I don't know. It was a point of that. So, large feet, obviously.
Wait, more so than like North American Bigfoot? Yeti looks more ape-like than...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just an ape.
I mean... But
even apes, they're like 400 pounds, aren't they? Like last time I saw one.
Last time I saw one, it was a good 1,500.
That's right.
Solid.
It was carrying a truck on its back.
Yeah, and a couple of stones. I don't know. That's a competition, right? So it usually has like reddish gray hair. There was a lot more description of it because we think of kind of traditionally it being white, and there are reports of that where it's like kind of a dirty white color, but reddish brown. I was not guessing.
No, I would assume it was like a straight up abominable.
Whoa, see? Not so easy, is it? Boom.
Touche.
Don't worry. I have more to mess up.
I'm very excited.
So it goes around like, you know, a lot of these myths that can be traced back eons. It seems like a cautionary tale, right? Like, don't wander off into the woods. Don't wander off into the mountains. This large hairy creature can get you. But that seemed to be more so the tales from the Sherpa, as opposed to anything else. Because strangely enough, the Buddhists seem to have adopted the significance of the Yeti from the Lepcha people, which were indigenous to the area of Tibet, and really regarded this thing as like a sort of a conduit to nature.
All right.
You know, like something that sort of walked in the world of man, sort of walked in the world of the spirits.
Like an elemental?
I mean, I didn't ask him, but I'm guessing that's roughly what it means if we would translate that today.
I'm still a little unclear on what an elemental is, so you can disregard that.
They seem to sometimes be, I get them mixed up too, and then I add in like pop culture sort of things, and I'm thinking like Ents from Lord of the Rings, or
Fairies?
maybe fairies, or maybe something from the World of Warcraft. I don't know, whatever. I maybe played it a little bit. It's fine.
Okay.
We need to move on from that. I need to move on from that. Okay. So the Buddhists sort of took on this idea that they weren't bad, right? That they weren't sort of predatory or aggressive creatures. More so, they were very spiritual and could actually is the correct word, help them. Like around the temples, they could be taught Buddhist practices. Yes.
I don't even know what to ask for that. Like, what does that mean?
Listen, apparently, and I love this because, like occasionally I'll dabble and read around about a little like Buddhist texts and whatnot, but I had no idea about this, which shows my absolute ignorance on it. So Tibetan Buddhism incorporated the Yeti into its mythology, seeing it as a non-human animal that could still follow Buddhist principles. And they have these creatures. They feel like there are creatures out there that are non-human but can still follow the Buddhist way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean they think it has a soul as well?
For as much as Buddhists sort of believe in like a soul.
I'm not familiar,
yeah.
So.
But at any rate, it can be a spiritual practice, right? Yeah. Or can participate in spiritual practices, which I thought was absolutely fascinating because, I mean, you kind of get that a little bit with like the indigenous like history here and like Bigfoot, but this seemed really leaned on.
Really? That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just like sentient animal. It's like it goes beyond that, which
yeah, it really, really does. And I'm a sucker for any religion that's like, let's get back with nature. Let's worship that, like all of the spiritual part of that. So yeah, the boundary between animal and human allowed for it to also practice the Buddhist way. So yeah, it could be a helper around temples. And in fact, our story later on comes from this idea that it would practice with the Buddhist monks and it would help out the monks in any way it could. But
I'm not clear with what that means exactly, right? What are they like? I don't know. Painting bedrooms? Are they?
They can meditate. They can help out around. They can help out around the temple.
They can meditate. I can't even do that.
That is unsurprising.
Why?
To everyone.
What do you mean?
What?
What does that mean?
Look at that rhino. It looks like it weighs 3,000 pounds.
Wow!
See? All right. But here's the story that you're really going to enjoy, because in folklore, it could also very easily be sort of a scary creature. Yeah. Okay. And this is a little bit of the stories from the Sherpa. So Atek was a herdsman who liked playing this sort of flute, right?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, Siamese flute. It has a melancholy sound to it. And one day, as he's out tending to the flock, it attracts a female Yeti.
Was it female a flock of Yetis?
No, because then it wouldn't make sense that it attracted one.
I think it would make more sense that it attracted him.
Female Yetis are considered to be more ferocious than male Yetis, who are known to be gentle giants.
That's right. Sisters
Now-
done it for themselves.
Now, the females were also quite large. And not only that, but they seem to have pendulous
Yes!
attachments.
Yeah, love it. Trying not to get too excited because you told me not to, because there's a surprise. And that was it.
Yep, that's it. And you can go ahead and get excited because this next part is great. When they are chasing someone or running downhill, they necessitate them to be thrown over the shoulder.
Stop it!
So that they can run. I won't stop it.
That's fantastic.
I knew you'd like that.
I do that too.
What is each one? Like 100, 120 pounds?
Easily. I haven't weighed them in a minute, but yeah.
Okay, now this female Yeti, who had a name, and the best pronunciation that I've got is Jayampi Mong. No, it's terrible. That's not a good translation.
Right. Just roll with it.
All right. She appeared and listened to Atak play its flute, and every time he put his flute down, she would pick it up and hand it back to him, indicating that she wanted him to continue. At dawn, the Yeti would leave. So this went on for a few nights, and unsurprisingly, he got a little tired of this because he was essentially playing flute all evening and couldn't do anything else. Anyway, so one day he noticed that the Yeti was trying to imitate him playing the flute, but could not because of the lack of skills. So he had an idea because he wanted this to stop.
Flute lessons?
Flute lessons. He taught the Yeti, and it was the world's first Yeti flautist. And she lived to flout.
I can't tell if you're joking or not, but I hope that you are not, because that would be an amazing story.
And then she went on a world tour.
Wow! How come I've never heard of this flautist Yeti lady?
Actually, you have. Goes by now Kenny G.
That's a Yeti lady? I had no idea.
Apologies to Kenny G if he is currently listening.
Apologies, nothing. I'm getting tickets tomorrow. What?
Okay, so Atak, which I've mispronounced the entire. I haven't pronounced it the same throughout the entire story, by the way.
Yeah.
He got an idea because he wants this to stop, right? So one night he covered himself in butter.
I also do that when I want to stop doing something.
Yeah. I think you just do that on a regular basis. Something about it being young or
No.
good for the skin.
Yeah.
It's a little strange. So he would play the flute and in intervals massage himself with butter. And Yeti started to notice and started to imitate. So started to butter itself up as well.
Where this is going.
Then Atak pretended like he was like warming himself with like a stick from the fire with fire on it. So he just sort of pretended like, this is what we're doing now. So the Yeti then imitated this, set itself on fire, and jumped up and ran away, presumably downhill, because that's how we know they flip him over the shoulder. So some members of the Lepka tribe believe that due to this incident, the Yetis live in inaccessible high areas, don't come down, and you were not allowed to play the flute at certain points of the day, mostly in early evening, so that you don't attract one back to you.
I feel like this is a really good plan for getting rid of party guests and house guests that overstay their welcome. And I'm watching you, Jeni. Like, once you start putting butter on your body and trying to warm yourself with sticks, I know what you're up to. You've already told me the plan. So don't try it, okay? Don't. Don't.
Okay. Okay. I would be disappointed that my plan had been sniffed out, except for I just have to wait a week and you'll forget about it.
About what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Look at that rhino. It's like 15,000
Wow!
pounds. I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So that is one of the folklore stories that perhaps these things were not necessarily as gentle.
I feel like it was a bit excessive.
Yeah, it seems a bit excessive. Like that really, I don't think a lot of things call for getting something to set itself on fire. I feel like that's
like
just wanted to rock out to the flute a little bit.
Right.
Listen, if you weren't playing your flute in the first place and just doing your job and watching the sheep,
that's on you, bro.
That is on you.
You did all that. Problem.
Yeah.
Hey, let's hear some more stories right after this. Have you been feeling called to explore your intuitive gifts and deepen your spiritual practice? Then Pathways to Spirit was created for you. Sarah Lemos has been teaching Pathways to Spirit for over 16 years. And in that time, she's watched hundreds of students grow into their gifts with confidence and clarity. This isn't just about learning tools. It's about understanding how your energy works and how to use it with intention. Over 6 months, you'll learn about your own intuitive abilities and how they show up, along with many esoteric tools and practices to help explore your potential. But this course is about more than just learning. It's about embracing your sensitivity and living your best life. Register now at mediumsarahlemos.com while there's still space. It's time to uncover your gifts and abilities. Are you ready to join this extraordinary journey?
I'm ready to see that lady again because she's great. All right.
Is she going to be in Missouri? Do we know?
I don't know. Of course, we're referencing the Missouri Paracon, which we are going to be at, and everybody else should be too, because it's going to be fun. They have a lot of good restaurants there. It's what I'm mostly...
That's your takeaway, yeah.
I'm a little hungry right now.
Okay.
When am I not? All right, so moving on, we start to get into sort of a little bit more modern. At some point, we're going to get a little bit more modern with like the Yeti sightings and whatnot. So,
does that mean no more flutes?
No more flutes.
Oh,
no more flutes. I know, it's very disappointing.
Yeah.
So the creature was revered and thought of in myth and folklore, and usually with a positive connotation. So this idea that it was a story based in fear seems a little strange to me. I can't quite make that one out.
Well, it does not strange because it's a huge animal.
Yeah, but there weren't, it was like, oh, this dude could be a Buddhist, like, non-violent to the extreme.
Sure.
But
in general, if you're not aware of its Buddhist leanings, you're going to be like, huge monster. Huge monster.
Possibly, but these things were revered, so you wouldn't have learned it as being, do you know what I mean? You wouldn't have learned
I'm just thinking like someone who doesn't know the stories and just sees it
right.
for the first time and never hearing about it.
Yeah, that's probably where we came in later on.
That's what we do.
That's you and how we roll.
Europeans.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Alexander the Great, actually, Alexander the Great, when he was running through and conquering everything, found himself in the Himalayas. and he kept hearing stories about the Yeti. So he went out and looked for one, or had an expedition go out and look for one, and they came up empty. And so he started trying to get guides to bring him one. And they deflected by saying, no, it lives too high up in the mountains, and if we bring it back down here, it dies. Yep.
Good for them. No. And also weird logic, but yep.
Very strange logic. Also, I really enjoy the idea that they told this to him, and he was like, that seems right.
Well. I've conquered so much that seems totally logical.
It seems totally normal and logical.
Yep. Just like those other people that live in the mountains that can't come down or they'll die. Everyone knows about all those people and animals that can't go lower.
Right. Yeah. And that was the thing he'd seen in his world conquests.
I mean, it might as well be outer space. They don't breathe oxygen. They breathe space juice.
I mean, what are they like? Like 10,000 pounds? They can't come down here.
Where would we put them? They'll break all of our wagons. I mean, chariots or whatever.
Right. Yeah, probably wagons and chariots.
Chariot wagons. Wagons. Okay, go ahead.
No one should let you make up words.
It's not made up if it's a portmanteau. It's different.
All right. So early 1900s, 1920s, and then it ramped up during like the 1950s. We were, as a people, like pretty bent on doing these expeditions to foreign lands, places that were raw and sort of undiscovered, especially the British.
Wait, question.
Yeah.
When did they discover that gorillas actually exist? What year was that?
Which
Tell me the exact date.
I won't know that. We all know I won't know that.
I know, but you know, like it was just a myth, and then they were like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess they are right there."
Yeah, well, they knew,
like recent?
And even then, like they knew of some gorillas, but there was an entire gorilla species that remained undiscovered until what, like 1960, maybe? I don't remember. 1950s.
That's crazy.
I'm making up dates. I'm 1,000% making up dates. Guess what else I'm bad at? Dates.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You've told me that so many times. Like, I believe it was December 24th, 2021, but I could be wrong. It was Christmas Eve.
You stood at like 6'3", 300 pounds at that point, I think.
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have the photograph from that day. I've gained a little weight since then.
I love that anybody tuning in right now has no idea why we're talking about weights and heights.
Or why.
And horribly inaccurate, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So the British really start getting going on exploration, and soon sort of the rest of the world does too. So lots of expeditions are sent out, and especially around mountains, because mountain climbing was a big deal. I mean, it's still kind of a big deal. And everybody wanted to get to the top of these mountains that they'd never climbed, right? So the Himalayas were definitely on that list.
Weird.
And they really are.
Their outdoor stuff.
So there's a guy named Charles Howard Berry, and he's connected with the Yeti because his Mount Everest reconnaissance expedition brought back the first real reports to the Western world, right?
Nice.
So they were out there sort of checking around to see, okay, what's the best place or what's the best angle to get at this mountain. And they started finding large man-like footprints in the snow. And the local porters or in the Sherpa also were like, hey, this is what this creature is. Which is also how it ended up with its name, the Abominable Snowman. And because one of these guys on the way back, there was a British journalist in the area, Henry Newman, who ran into these guys on the way back, and he told them about the footprints, and he talked about, he had started to learn a little bit of the myth. And the original translation, by the way, of what the Nepalese, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, was Man, Bear, Snowman.
It should have always been that.
It should have always been that. I don't know why anybody changed it.
Man, Bear, Snowman.
I know, Man, Bear, Snowman. So they think it was either like a bad translation by him, or the fact that he just really wanted to sensationalize something. And absolutely, it's sensationalism, right? But
yeah,
why?
But how is that more sensational than Man, Bear, Snowman?
It's not. Man, Bear, Snowman is so much better.
So fantastical.
Yes. And what I will be referring to it as from here on out.
Man, Bear, Snowman.
Man, Bear, Snowman. Which I will talk to everyone about it. Just
why did we not name this article? I mean, this episode, Man, Bear, Snowman. What are you doing, Jeni?
You know, because I felt like if you're searching for something, Man, Bear, Snowman is not first on the list. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, which I could be.
It depends on what.
I'm wrong a lot. I'm very wrong. 90% of the time.
No comment.
Okay, so now we get to some of the important events. 1951, English mountaineers Eric Shipton and Dr. Michael Ward were part of an expedition, again, to survey the possible routes to reach the summit of Everest. Led by Shipton, findings from this expedition would lead to the first successful recorded ascent of Mount Everest by Edmund Hillary. Edmund Hillary is kind of a big deal because he was one of the first people to go to the South Pole and the North Pole. He did, in fact, climb Everest. He was an Australian guy. He was an adventurer and just all around kind of cool dude, right?
Was he a cool dude, or did he just do cool stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Maybe he just did cool stuff.
I don't know.
Okay. So the expedition interest sort of took a back seat during World War II.
Why?
We were at war, like everybody. There was a lot of people. I know. We'll talk about it later. I'll tell you about it. With like a nice cup of tea or something, because I feel like it's kind of a bummer story. So
leaf water? No thanks.
So anyway, this one became known also for this photo that Shipton ended up taking, which is this photo that I am about to pull up right now, where it is a footprint next to an ice pick, which is one of the only things that they had on hand, right? Yeah. They took a couple other photos with it next to a boot, and you could see just the sheer size of the footprint. And they What if that's
a mini ice pick?
I don't think it was a mini ice pick. It would be funny though. Or just like a baby ice pick, doll ice
cocktails.
Pick. Yeah. From the Cabbage Patch doll that everybody wanted, which was the mountaineering Cabbage Patch doll. The tiny
Is this
ice
a
pick.
real thing that you wanted? Because it sounds like that's what you're talking about.
Moving on.
Okay.
So this was this was the Shipton finding, right? And it sort of spread as it does throughout, these great explorers clubs and whatnot.
Tabloids in grocery stores. Mm-hmm.
So Edmund Hillary, who was the one who did all the, eventually got up to the top of Mount Everest and whatnot. So he also led expeditions to find the Yeti to no success, except for at some point he did bring back a scalp relic and took it on a world tour.
A scalp relic?
Yeah. Which, first of all, I love the idea that in the 50s and 60s, and I don't know, maybe in the 70s, you could just grab objects and like take them on a world tour.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I
Listen.
guess we still do it, right?
Yeah, we totally still do it.
I mean, the Annabelle doll has been all over the place.
Hello.
Yeah.
But also, like, back then it was like, somebody famous chewed this gum. Look at it. Wow, seriously? I'll pay $10 to see that.
So we did end up touring around with this thing, and this scalp is kind of important later on.
Wait, what exactly does that mean? Like the full scalp, a piece of the scalp, I don't.
The top of the crown.
The whole scalp.
Yeah. So perhaps not the entire thing, but the very top of it.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would pay to see that.
You can see photos of it. It's
I would
a little
pay
bit
to
conical.
see it in person is what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, Jeni.
Well, I don't know. I thought I was trying to get some money to show you a photograph of something that would have worked out.
Oh, do you have it on you? I'll give you money to see that photograph.
Yes, I do. We'll talk about that later. So sightings continue on, expeditions to go find these things continue on, even up until there was a guy in 1986.
86.
Yeah, by Ryan. His name was Reinhold Messner. Okay. He was one of the first men. Well, he was the first man to ascend Everest without supplemental oxygen. And for many years, he believed the tale of the Yeti was complete fabrication, absolutely untrue, until he came face to face with one of these creatures.
Did it have a tail?
So he then told all of his fellow explorers, and every single person laughed at him, which led him for the next 14 years of his life to go look for this thing.
Did he die after those 14 years, or
Yes.
did he just give up?
I think he just gave up. I think he really just gave up. He got a little bit tired of the mockery, I feel like. You can only do it for so long.
Been pretty good with it so far.
Right. So, and this is just like a weird, interesting side note because I had no idea, and this article that I found was, I don't know, it was just cool. So in 2011, there was a symposium bringing together all of the world's leading Bigfoot researchers.
Yeah.
Russia declared that they had indisputable proof and was 95% certain they had finally found the elusive Yeti. This exploration had been led by specialist John Bindermagel. Their allegation was based on hair traces discovered as well as broken tree branches, which scientists believe the Yeti used to build a nest at a home.
Oh,
So-
I've got news for Russia.
Yeah.
Every Bigfoot hunter that I've ever met, virtually or otherwise, has also indisputable evidence as well.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
they had claimed they had the hair DNA tested, and it was something mixed with a primate and all of that whatnot. But here's the super interesting thing.
Yeah.
So I guess this sort of lie was exposed by Jeff Meldrum.
Oh,
Yeah, who we lost this year. But how cool is that?
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Go to hell, Russia.
So he proved that the marks on the trees were left by a tool rather than an animal.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, so the Russians were using the Yeti sightings to boost tourism in Western Siberia. So, because apparently the beaches had just gone to hell.
Huh. Weird.
Right. So, later on, in 2013, a guy named Brian Sykes made a global call for DNA samples linked to the Yeti, including samples of nails, teeth, hair, and bones. He tested 36 of the 57 that he got. 2 samples were found to be anomalous. One of them, and this is totally wild too, was 100% matched with a sample from an ancient polar bear jawbone found in Norway that dates back between 40,000 to 120,000 years ago.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
even if that's exactly what it is, just a polar bear, that's still very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So he was like, I'm not saying that there's an ancient polar bear running around, but perhaps there has been a species that has been sort of created or evolved between two different species that we're unaware of, right? Yeah. Which is still pretty cool because that's a huge animal, to be undiscovered for that long.
Yes, absolutely.
So more on that later. Not now, like not in our show, but at some point I'm assuming science is going to look for it.
Yeah, and if you go and do your own research, don't make us all do all the work.
Yeah, I've done enough. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
People. Yeah. Speaking of doing all the work.
My darklings, in my house, I'm the one who's impossible to shop for every birthday, every holiday. My wife and kids are always asking, what do you want this year? And they never know the right answer to tell them. But this year I knew exactly what I wanted for my birthday. I told them, get me Cozy Earth, and they did. And let me tell you, these are the best pajamas I've ever owned. Hands down, this isn't some sales pitch. This is me, your darkling leader, telling you that if you want the most comfortable set of pajamas you've ever worn, that bamboo pajama set made from viscose from bamboo, it drapes perfectly, sleeps cooler than cotton, which is great for a heavy, hot sleeper like I am, and it feels like something you should only be allowed to wear on vacation. I put them on once and immediately thought, well, this is it. This is what I'm wearing for the rest of my life. But the real game changer, the bubble cuddle blanket. And darklings, I'm going to tell you again, hands down, the most amazing, soft, warm, comfortable blanket. It's the perfect weight that just settles over you. And I genuinely don't need another blanket ever again, unless it's another bubble cuddle blanket. My family keeps trying to steal it, which tells you everything you need to know. And here's the best part. Cozy Earth backs this comfort with up to a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. Who else does that? Nobody. That's who else. So if you've got someone hard to shop for, or maybe you are that someone hard to shop for, this is your moment. Black Friday through Cyber Monday, Cozy Earth is giving you 40% off at CozyEarth.com with my code P60. It's their best deal of the year. Again, get 40% off Black Friday through Cyber Monday at CozyEarth.com with my code P60. And if you get that post-purchase survey, tell them you heard about Cozy Earth right here on the Paranormal 60. Wrap the ones you love and yourself in luxury with Cozy Earth.
All right.
We're now a Cozy Earth infomercial. Also,
apparently so.
We should be paying attention to the chat because they're answering our questions.
Yeah, I know. This one here, yes. Mountain Gorilla, discovered in 1902 by Captain Robert von Buring.
Thank you.
Listen, I had all the numbers. I had all the numbers. They were just not in the correct
right order.
But also, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so now we get to the best part of the story.
Yes.
Well, not part of the story, but now we get to the best story. Because this story involves none other than our beloved holiday actor, Jimmy Stewart.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I know. And it centers around this area.
Ooh, beautiful.
Which is a stunning Buddhist temple in Nepal. So, remember when I was talking about, we'll start off with this idea of one of the main characters in this. He is the son of an oil tycoon by the name of Tom Slick. Yep, he is a junior. He is a Tom Slick Jr.
Hey, wait. His name is Slick.
Yep.
And he's an oil tycoon.
Yep. And he inherited a lot of money and
do not care for that.
Yep, and all of oil business from his dad. at a very early age. And he decided to do all kinds of stuff. The dude invented things. He helped out his fellow man. He also funded a lot of expeditions. So Tom Slick was really interested to the cryptids. So all of these explorers would go across the world and they would bring back this folklore. Mm-hmm. So of course, in this folklore, there's a lot of cryptids. So everybody who's doing expeditions were like, let's go check it out. Let's go look for this thing. So he was really, really interested in Loch Ness, Yeti, Bigfoot. Also something which is fantastic. It's a giant salamander. The Trinity Alps giant salamander. So he was off to look for this thing too.
And it lives in the Alps, I assume?
Apparently so.
I don't know what the Trinity Alps are.
All right. So, and first, he heard about this Yeti, and he was like, all right, I gotta check this thing out. So he planned a hunting trip, because he was also a big game hunter.
Of course.
Now,
because he's an oil tycoon.
He did amend his ways later on. But in 1957, he takes his first trip, and it's going to be a hunting expedition, right? Sure. And he's going to go hunt Yeti. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the Tibetan government finds this out and says, no, I don't think you are. So the U.S. government stepped in and created a set of rules to follow if you were going to go searching for the Yeti.
Wait, the American government did?
Yes, they worked with the Tibetan government in order to come up with these rules. There's the official memo, but let me tell you what those rules are. So one, you had to buy a hunting permit. Okay? So this was about 5,000 rupees. So it was about $1,000 to go and look for Yeti.
That's good. That's not even a punishment if you're rich. That's just like, here's some pocket.
So you had to pay the government of Nepal, right? 2, in case the Yeti is found, it can be photographed or caught alive, but it must not be killed except for an extreme danger, extreme moments of self-defense. Only time you can kill a Yeti.
That's true of people too.
All photos taken or the creature itself, if captured alive or dead, must be surrendered to the government of Nepal at the earliest convenience. And number 3 was news and reports throwing light on the existence of the creature must be submitted to the government of Nepal and must not be shared with the world press.
I like that.
Right? So it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. No. It wasn't a terrible deal.
Is that?
But I love the fact that this rule exists simply because this dude wanted to go on a Yeti hunt.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's also for every other expedition that was starting to happen, you know.
Sure.
But
he was like, I'm going to go hunt this thing that nobody knows exists except for the people that live there.
Right.
And bring it back. Yes, absolutely. Give this guy
and they're like,
rules.
Right. And they're like, no, thank you. You won't be killing. And he was like, you know what? That's fine. I'm just really curious about this thing, if it exists or not.
Also fair. Who's not?
Right. So he goes. He is unsuccessful. But he plans more expeditions. So he hires an explorer named Peter Byrne. And Peter had a brother named Brian, and Brian was also along on the trip. So he was on the he was on the second expedition. So they had started hearing rumors about Yeti relics and where they were located.
Yeah.
Which takes us to the story of how they know that these Yeti helped out around Buddhist temples, right?
Yeah.
So way back in the day, in the Pangbok Monastery, Lama Sengwa Dorje once walked into a cave to meditate. So they would kind of take these solo journeys. They would meditate. They would come back with answers. They would come back more centered, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, meditation.
So during his stay, a Yeti had seen him, saw what he was doing, revered him, and started bringing him food, water, and fuel, and eventually became his Buddhist disciple. Aww. So he taught him all the Buddhist ways. He taught him how to meditate. He taught him all these things. So they had a very close bond.
That's
right?
Nice, yeah.
Well, this monk, who was in fact a lama and one of the saints, came back. He left. He came back, and the Yeti had passed. Unfortunately, the Yeti had died. So as we all do with religious passings or passings of religious individuals, we like to grab a relic or two. Pretty much every religion has this. Sometimes they're bones, sometimes, and in this case, it was the hand and the scalp of the Yeti. So he brings them back to the monastery. The scalp goes to another monastery, which later on becomes the one that Edmund Hillary travels the world with. That's where the scalp came from.
Why not just grab some pals and be like, hey, let's bring our friend back to the monastery and give it a burial, or even do with, I don't know, put in a glass coffin or something. I don't know, but that seems like desecration.
It is, but it isn't. They didn't really hold that much importance in the actual body, so it didn't quite matter. And these things would bring good luck, or they would bring fertility. They would bring some sort of bonus, some sort of benefit back to the monastery and the area surrounding it. So it was, in fact, a way of honoring whomever had passed, to bring it back. I mean, Catholics do the same thing, right? They grab bones of saints and whatnot and stick them in the altars. That may or may not be a generalization, but
I don't think that makes it better. I don't think Catholics are better for doing that too.
Listen,
but also
the story is really cool. So listen.
Apologies.
What it is a practice. It doesn't matter if you think it's weird or not. It's a practice. They like it. They dig it. It works for them.
Okay.
So the hand comes back to the monastery. Meanwhile, Peter Byrne has gotten wind of this. So he talks to Tom Slick, and he's like, do you want me to get this hand? And he's like, yes, I do.
Wait, one more question.
Yeah.
This story about this Yeti that had its body parts taken, when was this supposed to happen? Around the same time, or is it just a legend?
It was a legend that was passed down.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, so the relic was just housed in the monastery at this point.
Got it.
And Peter Byrne was like, hey, can I have this thing? And the llamas were like, no. No. You can't actually take this.
It's for an oil tycoon. What are you talking about?
He was like, but we really want it. And they were like, still, hard no.
Okay, but can I see it by myself? I just want to look at it by myself.
And they were like, maybe take off. So he ended up coming back. They and they show him the hand. So it's a large, crusty, oily, blackened hand with curled fingers and long fingernails.
Sounds like somebody hated that hand.
Right?
It's just crusty and oily and gross and disgusting. Settle down.
So he goes back, and they had found a primatologist, Dr. Osmond Hill. And they were like, hey, if we manage to get this thing back, can you identify it for us? And he was like, I bet I can. I bet I can. So please go get it. And they came up with this plan to swap out this hand. So they go to lunch, and they're planning out this swap out. And
Indiana Jones style with a bag of sand.
Exactly. And this primatologist, Hill, just sort of gives them a human hand to trade it out with. Just comes up with it. Nobody asks any questions. They're like, thanks for the hand. Back to Nepal we go.
What year is this?
This was about their last expedition was about like 1959, so I'm guessing this is 1958.
So it's not even like Wild West times. It's just
No,
like
no. No, he like full on drove his
mid-century
car.
modern.
Yeah.
He grabbed it out of his atomic cabinet with boomerang handles.
Okay. So Byrne returned and 10,000 rupees. And to donate to the temple, he had, plenty of rupees or whatever. Anyway, so I think earlier when I said $1,000 was, I don't think it was that. I think it was more like $200 or $500. Anyway, just a brief correction there.
Okay.
So according to Byrne, the monks were like, okay, you can't have the whole hand. He's like, how about a finger? And they said yes. They said, okay, but you got to swap it out. You got to swap it out with the finger from the hand that you brought.
Why would they want that? I'm confused by this.
This is his story. This is the thing that he believed. So he says yes. They really wanted to get the money. That was why they said yes. And if it's just a finger, okay, I guess we still have a religious relic, and we can go about our business. We just have a little bit of extra cash to distribute amongst the people.
I mean, well, I get it. People, desperate times,
it's true.
Desperate measures, etc.
Yeah. You cannot tell me that you would not sell something if someone was like, here's a lot of money.
That's how sales usually go.
Yeah,
but,
like something that was important to you is my point.
Well, I guess it depends on how much money. I don't.
Okay.
We're a little unclear on the money
I'm
here,
not
'cause
quite
you keep
sure why
changing
you're
the numbers,
arguing
but-
with the story because it happened already. Like this
I'm
isn't
not
a
arguing
decision.
with the story. I'm arguing with the rationale of the people in the story.
Right. You got a bunch of starving people. You got a bunch of hungry people. It's a lot of money
Yes.
for the village.
I get that.
There you go. So this is the story. Another story is that he, in fact, got the monks drunk, left the money, switched out the finger, and off he went.
No, see, this is why I was arguing with the story, because there's two.
There's two stories. So, at any rate, now they're thinking, we got to get this thing out of the country, but how do we do that with customs? Like, how do we get it back to London, right? They're going to find it. They're going to bust us. We're going to get in trouble.
And say it's my other
Extra finger. It's my sixth finger. So meanwhile, one of Tom Slick's friends happens to be vacationing with his wife in Calcutta.
What luck.
I know. That friend happens to be Jimmy Stewart.
Of course it is.
So a meet is arranged. They call Jimmy. He goes, yeah, I'll help you smuggle. No problem.
He's a good guy.
Anything for you, Tom Slick Jr.
He's a sweetheart.
He is a sweetheart.
He would smuggle anything for anybody.
So what they
if there's
do
anything I know about Jimmy Stewart
is
he
they
will smuggle
put
for you.
the finger in his wife's lingerie suitcase, right? So they would have like a smaller suitcase for their underthings, and so they stuck it in there. Yes, Tressa. There is a question in the background. Yes.
She had a whole suitcase just for her lingerie?
Yeah, it was like smaller than everything else, but yeah. For her underthings, so it probably included nightgowns and things like that, unmentionables, things that people weren't really privy to, right?
Gross. Also, rich people, am I right? Continue.
All right. So they stick it in there, and it works. They get it all the way back to London.
Because
now,
customs like lady things, disgusting. No, thank you.
Well, exactly. That's exactly what happened. And they thought, first of all, like nobody's going to search like Jimmy Stewart's stuff, right?
Yeah, because it's Jimmy friggin' Stewart.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Stewart. It's like our,
Tom
I don't
Hanks?
know. Yeah. 1,000%. So they get it back to London. They're all excited. They get to the hotel. They open up the suitcases, and boom, the lingerie case is missing.
What?
Yes.
They weren't like gross lady things after all. They were like, yay, lady things.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
The whole thing.
But that's not actually what happened. So it just got separated from the rest of the luggage, and they lost it. And so a couple of days later, when they're in London, somebody, a British official from customs, comes to the hotel and is like, hey, I need to see these people. They invite him up. The story goes is that they all sit down, they have a cup of tea, they kind of talk back and forth. And this guy's like, by the way, we found this and thought we'd return it to you. And again, they're just kind of hanging out with the dude. So he goes to leave. Reportedly, when he goes to leave, they ask him why he didn't, because it was still locked, right? So they knew it hadn't been busted open to go through it. And he said, we don't go through ladies' underthings. We are too polite.
The times changed. Am I right?
We are too polite. Mm-hmm.
That's adorable.
Isn't it?
Weird. And also, hey, we should test that out and see if they still do that.
Yes. I nominate you.
Okay.
Perfect.
What should we smuggle?
We can't say it on here.
Okay.
Can't say it on here. Because then people will know. We'll get in trouble.
All right.
Yeah, that whole thing.
We gotta steal it first.
Yeah. So they get the finger back. The primatologist, Dr. Hill, examines it, concludes that it is kind of unknowable. He's like, I don't really know what this thing is. It's anomalous, right? So he throws it in a collection. It's not seen again for years and years and years. It shows back up, and they actually do. So he says it's a hominoid of some kind, but he doesn't know what kind. So he left his collection to the Royal College of Surgeons museum.
Yeah.
And they cataloged, and then finally in like 2008 they found the box containing a plaster cast of a large footprint, some hair samples, and a large blackened finger. And then they test it.
Yeah.
And it's a person. It's a human finger. It's a human finger.
We switched the wrong finger.
Don't. Yeah. So they switched a finger for a finger.
But what if it's a giant's finger and it's a completely different thing?
It's not. It was the size of a human finger.
Oh.
It was not large.
Why didn't you say that earlier? You made it seem like you would, well, you didn't.
No,
you
actually,
said that
I
they
didn't.
were smaller.
Yeah. In no way did I make it seem like it was a giant hand. Right.
But still, why didn't you know that in my head it was a giant finger?
You're right. I really should have preemptively guessed that you would have assumed and that it was a giant.
Thank you for acknowledging
I'm so
that.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Jeni, that is a fantastic story about a human finger.
I know. But it's a great story, right? And
it is so good.
Like, I love this time. And this guy, Peter Byrne, he ended up continuing on his explorations and his expeditions, and he went on to look for Bigfoot here. Yeah, like he knew a lot of various explorers. I think, why can't I ever remember his name? Is it Moorhead? Yeah, Ron Moorhead, who did all of the Sierra calls.
Yeah.
Met him, worked with
wow.
him, so he really kind of dug into it, right?
Nice.
He was like, got foiled by the Yeti, but surely this other guy's real.
But what if it was the monks who were like, Naughty, just give him that other thing. He won't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could say all kinds of stuff. Like maybe the hand was switched out by an earlier white guy in some sort of Indiana Jones type fashion, but
a bag full of fingers. He's just like, whoosh,
yeah.
whoosh. Yeah. That's what happened. Well, Jeni, it's been great having you on the show. So
thank you. I've really enjoyed it.
It was
really
a
enjoyed
really
it.
fun time. I'm glad you can make it. You'll have to come back sometime.
Thank you. Before I go, let me just go ahead and tell you where you can find my things, which, Jeni Monroe, across all social media platforms. Just the two, really, Facebook and Instagram. And then you can find me someplace out in a couple other places. And I can't remember.
You did that on Berg's podcast too. We're trying to promote the podcast and I didn't mention any of my stuff. And you were like, and also you can find me. I was like, why didn't I think of that?
Well, I was trying to segue into what, the Monsters Lounge stuff, but, go rate us or whatever. It's pretty cool. It's great. We appreciate it.
Everybody else! Hey, go check out our website, monstersloungepodcast.com. You can find merch. You can find our episodes, past episodes, future episodes when you're in the future, not right now. And our Patreon, where we have fun stuff. But anyway, thanks again for visiting the Monsters Lounge.